You're lying in bed. Lights off. Phone brightness turned way down like that somehow makes the number less real. You open your bank app. You weren't even planning to check it. You just did. And there it is. $100. Not gone. Not negative. Not pending doom. Just sitting there. Not life-changing money. But it feels different. Because this $100 isn't rent money. It's not grocery money. It's not, please don't let my card decline money. It's extra. You scroll. You double-check. You even close the app and reopen it like the system might say, LOL, just kidding. Still there. And for the first time in a long time, your brain does something dangerous. It relaxes. You start thinking things like, I could invest this. I deserve something nice. Finally, I'm not behind. And that's when the world leans in real close and whispers, perfect. We've been waiting for you. Because the second you have a little breathing room, the system changes tone. Your bank app suddenly has a Smart Portfolio tab. Your credit card offers you a higher limit as a reward. Your ads shift from survival mode to lifestyle mode. Travel. Tech subscriptions with free trials that quietly renew forever. Visual CUE, bank app notifications popping up like slot machines. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't suddenly become irresponsible. You just crossed an invisible line. And here's the catch nobody explains. Hitting the milestone feels like winning. But the rules change right after. And most people lose the $100 before it ever has a chance to matter. This video is about the $100 per month investment rule that actually works. Not the sexy one. Not the one with rockets or passive income screenshots. The boring one. The annoying one. The one that only works if you protect it from yourself and the system. Here's the problem. Most people treat $100 like a finish line. Like the hard part is over. But $100 isn't the win. It's the foundation. And foundations are boring. They're invisible. You don't take selfies with them. Think of it like a roller coaster. The climb is brutal. Every click up the track feels slow. Your stomach's tight. You're counting pennies. Then you hit the top. That first flat second. Your brain goes, oh, we made it. And immediately wants the drop. Spending. Risk. Reward. But investing doesn't work like a ride. It works like gravity. Slow. Constant. Unimpressed by your feelings. Here's a stat nobody likes talking about. According to Federal Reserve surveys, nearly 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing or selling something. That's not because they're lazy. That's because life is expensive on purpose. Rent spikes. Healthcare sneezes and charges you $900. Cars sense confidence and brake immediately. So when someone finally gets $100 of margin, of course it leaks. That's almost everyone. And here's the real trap. Most advice assumes you already live in Phase 2. Phase 2 is stability. Phase 2 is calm decisions. Phase 2 is spreadsheets and optimization. But most people are still in Phase 1, scarcity, reaction, exhaustion. Trying to invest from scarcity is like trying to diet while you're starving. You're not broken. The environment is. And the system knows exactly how to catch you the moment you lift your head. Quick pause. My name is Bunny. And I'm obsessed with how money actually works in real life. Not theory. Not guru math. Not, just stop buying lattes, nonsense. This channel is education and entertainment only. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know your situation. Nothing here is personalized advice. Talk to a qualified professional before making decisions. Seriously. Okay, back to the catch. Here's the shift nobody warns you about. Phase 1 is the grind to $100. Phase 2 is everything that tries to take it from you. In Phase 1, money is emotional. It's fear. It's relief. It's survival. In Phase 2, money becomes identity. You feel responsible. You feel behind but catching up. You feel like you've earned flexibility. And the system loves Phase 2 you. Banks don't make money on broke people. They make money on stable people who feel confident. Visual CUE, bank smiling mascot rubbing hands together. Credit limits go up. Loan offers appear. Investment apps gamify charts. Confetti. Green arrows. Daily streaks. It's not evil. It's engineered. And your brain is vulnerable right here. Because after scarcity, rewards feel justified. You didn't invest the $100. You invested the relief. You think, I'll start next month. I need this now. I've been responsible long enough. So the money never compounds. It circulates, then disappears. Then you're back at zero, wondering why investing never works. Here's the truth. $100 per month only works if it becomes boring immediately. Not exciting. Not flexible. Not optional. Boring. Because boring money doesn't get touched. Boring money grows. Let's talk math. Simple math. $100 per month is $1,200 a year. If you invest that consistently at an average 7% annual return, which is roughly the long-term stock market after inflation, here's what happens. In 5 years, about $7,000 in 10 years, about $17,000 in 20 years, about $52,000 in 30 years, about $113,000. That's without increasing contributions. Without hustles. Without timing the market. Just not interrupting it. Now here's the painful part. Studies from Vanguard and Dalbar show that the average investor underperforms the market by 1.5 to 3% per year. Not because they pick bad funds. Because they interrupt. They sell during fear. They stop during stress. They chase excitement. The math works. Behavior breaks it. That's why boring wins. Not because it's smart. Because it's protected from feelings. Let me tell you 2 stories. Alex and Jordan. Same age. Same income. Both finally hit $100 per month surplus. Alex feels free. Alex invests sometimes. Skips when things get tight. Pulls money out for trips. Upgrades lifestyle a little. Alex tells themselves, I'm still better than before. 10 years later, Alex has maybe $8,000 invested. Lots of memories. Still stressed. Jordan sets rules. $100 per month automatically leaves the account the day after payday. No app notifications. No checking. No debating. Jordan treats that $100 like rent. Non-negotiable. When Jordan gets raises, the lifestyle stays mostly the same. The investment grows. 10 years later, Jordan has options. Not yachts. Options. According to Fidelity data, people who automate investments and never touch them are dramatically more likely to stay invested through downturns and end up with significantly higher balances. Same money. Different rules. So here's the playbook. Simple. Unsexy. Effective. Set a floor. Your $100 is the floor, not the finish line. It is untouchable. Emergencies get their own fund. This is not it. Automate immediately. If you see it, you'll spend it. If you debate it, you'll lose. Automation beats discipline every time. Visual CUE. Lever labeled automation, lifting a heavy weight. Build a boring growth layer. Low-cost index funds. No daily checking. No excitement. If it's fun, it's probably expensive. Add options later. Fun investing comes after stability, not before. Speculation is dessert, not dinner. Be suspicious of rewards. When a company congratulates you, ask how they profit. Because they always do. Here's the mindset shift. Money isn't about stuff. It's about options. Time. Breathing room. Saying no. And the real catch is this. The first $100 per month doesn't change your life. Treat it like the floor, not the finish line. Because the system is tuned so most people never wander too far. You don't have to beat it. You just have to stop handing the money back. I'm Bunny. And I'll see you next time.